Hey, beautiful soul. My name is Gaby and I want to take a moment to talk with you about what it truly means to take the journey of ascension and mission together. Building and leading a 5D mission empire of light is so different than building and leading a business. A business lives within third dimensional and fourth dimensional consciousness grid architecture, and a true mission empire of light, which is a living consciousness, it's literally our mission, turned into physical form, serving, greeting, changing the very nature of this planet and anchoring a whole new world, exists within fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional architecture and beyond. In fact, our true missions, they function multidimensionally, meaning that it's not just this incarnation version of us that is co-creating our mission, that is serving in our mission. It is us as a multidimensional being, which means that alternate versions of us are also functioning within our mission. If we look at the mission that we have on this planet right now, the mission to anchor more light, to fully support the transformation of this planet, humanity's consciousness, to create a whole new beautiful crystalline age of existence. If we look at that mission, and if you can resonate to be being a part of that mission, then it's not just you in this lifetime that's working at this mission, serving at this mission, playing with this mission. You as a multidimensional being, what I mean by this is this version of you along with other versions of you in parallel reality, or what we would perceive as past lives in Lemuria, Atlantis, Shambhala, Maya, ancient Egypt, and many other advanced civilizations, ancient Greece, ancient Hutumasitiala, ancient Africa. All of these different places around the world have light-coded grid architecture from civilizations that came before us in linear time, that had the memories, had the knowledge of the universe embodied, and were creating worlds beyond what a lot of us could even imagine. And so in our current missions on this planet, we are literally co-creating alongside all these other versions of ourselves in the quantum now, which means parallel to each other. So technically, it's not a past life, it's a parallel life, that the version of you in, say, ancient Egypt, potentially co-creating and working with Isis or Hathor, is happening at this time and serving to grid out a full soul legacy architecture. And what I mean by this is that version of you, this version of you, and other versions of you on this planet are all working at the same time across the quantum now, even though we are, occupying this current place, this current stage of, if you were to perceive linear time, all the other versions are also doing their part, and together we are holding and anchoring what I would call a mission empire of light within grids that are fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional, seventh dimensional, and beyond. Now, when we look at business exists within third dimensional grid consciousness architecture. It can definitely go to fourth dimensional consciousness with us in our ascension, as fourth dimensional consciousness is simply the access of circular time and quantum access. Yet the full architecture that is business, its construct, I guess you could say, cannot transition into the fifth, sixth, seventh grids. No different to we take a journey of ascension, and there's certain versions of ourselves that we literally evolve, and we become different versions of ourselves. We merge with different versions of ourselves in our ascension. So does our business. It's not just the offerings that we have, that we share with the world, that beautiful souls come and exchange currency energetically with us to receive. There's so much more to what we do when we are ascending and we have a mission than what is required for souls that simply have a business. In business, the only thing that's important is profit. Profit loss is the measure. And then of course everything's built around that, which means that customer service and creating wonderful experiences for people, the core subconscious and conscious driver is profitability. And that's not to say that when we shift into fifth dimensional grids, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensional grids, and anchor more into having a mission empire of light, co-creating with all versions of ourself, anchoring our codes, streaming our very precise, unique codes with the world, sharing offerings that are uniquely coded to our soul consciousness and our soul team. That's not to say that we don't get to receive abundantly. In fact, there's even more abundance inside of those grid architectures than inside of the 3D one. Yet, in business, the sole focus is product, sale, customer. And even if we shift that to higher realm business, it's an offering and a client and receiving beautiful money, receiving a beautiful reward, an exchange of energy. There's nothing wrong with this. Yet, when we shift out of the construct of business, which is kind of like, if you were to feel into it, the grid work itself is, say, it's like a container like this. And even though there's so much that can be achieved and accomplished and built within it, there's beautiful things that have been created within business grids over so many years. When we shift into the fifth dimensional mission grid, our soul mission grid, it's bigger. It is so much bigger than the business grid. It can hold all the skills and the knowledge of business, and allow them to ascend, transform, become more alive, more potent, and create space for us to fully co-create, build worlds, build alternate realities, to really anchor the change that we came here to materialize, to realize. And so if this resonates with you, if it feels resonant for you, that you know that you are an ascending soul, you are co-creating so much more than simply products that are to be sold and they're just transactional. If you know that you're here to fully serve, to fully share your soul, to fulfill your mission, your vision for the world, then I invite you to join me and hundreds of many beautiful souls around the world who've already registered on our beautiful platform to the Soul Legacy event. Now, if you register and can't make it live because it's happening at like 2 o'clock in the morning for you, we will send you the recording, meaning everyone who registers will receive the recording as our gift. And if you can make it live, I would love to have your energy there, because as I'll be channeling through and going super deep on for the first time, I'll be sharing the full quantum architecture of a mission empire of light, the actual quantum architecture technology of how that grid, how the world, how the version of this is created. I'll be sharing this for the first time globally, publicly. I've shared this for quite some time with my beautiful soul tribe in the New Earth Mission Collective and in the Mission Empire Builder, the journeys that I have. And now it's time for me to share the really juicy quantum architecture with you. And there's so much more that's going to be happening during this event as I channel through and stream through beautiful activations, initiations for you to anchor into your mission grid, to fully expand in your capacity to co-create with other aspects of you. So we're going to be we're going to be offering you an invitation to connect even deeper to other versions of you that are still functioning in the same mission, because you've had countless lifetimes here on earth in this mission, and many versions of you across time are literally doing this. And you in this consciousness are simply the you that's in this potent time, a time where more photon light, more light codes are being pumped onto this planet than ever in any recalled, history of any advanced civilization's ascension. We have the capacity to fully transform in one lifetime, and to do something in one lifetime that took other civilizations generations. And you're a big part of that. Yet, when you connect to all these other versions of you that are still, existing in the quantum now, with the knowledge and the tools and the wisdom that you have in these other incarnations, and bringing them into here, this is when everything changes. This is when we create alternate realities. This is when the offerings we share with the world are literal living universes of light, and they change, transform, evolve, and ascend timelines, realities, and worlds so fast. Many of us are doing this work now, a lot more. And as a result, the world is shifting faster and faster and faster. And now, if you would love to join this collective of souls that are very consciously recreating our world, sharing their codes and walking along the most abundant, the most joyful timelines of their ascension, join us for this event. And there'll be a link somewhere. And if you're watching this video and the event has already passed, then I imagine we would have changed the link to allow you to access the replay, or you can just email us, message us, and ask for the replay. Much love, and yay!